Hello, welcome back to the show. So I'm super excited to be sitting down here with my guest today, Vijay. Vijay is the founder of Digital WOM, a digital marketing agency that has clients all across the USA, India, the UAE, and across Europe as well, helping businesses generate leads and automate their digital marketing. So Vijay is an expert in SEO, AI, and automation. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about how that all works. We're going to be going into some strategies that's worked for VJ and really digging into the SEO, lead generation, digital marketing side of things for real estate agents and business owners. So VJ, welcome to the show. Thanks so much for taking some time and joining us here today.
Thank you, Rob. That's really wonderful introduction, and I have been following you from the many months since we met. That's awesome to the kind of effort you're putting and everything, the content you are sharing, the guests you are inviting. So much amazing things to see. Thank you for being making me part of in this.
Absolutely, man. I've been seeing some of your content as well. That's why I decided to reach back out and get you on the show here. So, for our audience members who may not be following you or who may not know who you are, would you mind just sharing a little bit about your background? How did you get started in this space, and what has that journey been like for you helping other businesses with their marketing?
Got it. So by default, as per my education, I'm an electrical engineer by education. But then somehow I while I'm choosing my career, I I am passionate about to see the marketing. Okay, somehow while I'm studying my engineering, I'm exploring the career options. That is when I have been able to explore, got a chance to explore the marketing and sales aspect of it. From then onwards, I started exploring more. In fact, especially the digital aspect of it, I used to learn from the so many gurus like many YouTubers, and then I started doing myself, taking the couple of local businesses in based out of India, and then trying to grow them. I'll just see how I can help them in their journey. So many business owners connected with me, and I started applying whatever I had learned to them, to their businesses, and helping them to grow, generate them the leads, growing their presence. And then when there's more and more businesses start referring me, that is when I thought to pursue it strategically. Up to that point, I just used to do it, any and every business which it comes. But then I started choosing the background behind the business, and whether it is aligning with me, my values, and uh, when it comes to digital, because not all the businesses, many some of the businesses which are more compatible for a traditional. Okay, they may not be digital, may not be their immediate priority. But whereas some specific businesses take whether it is education, healthcare, or e-commerce. In fact, nowadays the real estate also, more and more things are getting automated, and more things are moving to the digital platforms. So that is when I started doing. And in this process, I started set up my own agency, working with different clients, both international, UAE, and US market. On the process, I used to collaborate with one of my agents, one of the agency called Media C Global, which is a US based agency where I have been as a co-founder for, especially for the US businesses. Okay, so that is I started exploring the different aspects in different areas. And then when it comes to a point where the specialization is more important, okay, that is when I, rather than choosing multiple businesses and multiple services, I just thought to go to find out my niche. That is when I started to choose the SEO. Okay, I really found it interesting while doing the SEO, because each person, in the digital marketing, every person will relate to a particular aspect. Some people are more interested in writing the content. Some people are more interested in visually showing them, providing their experience. So I like the while I'm doing the digital marketing, SEO is one thing which I am really passionate about. Uh, somewhere from coming to the fifth page to first page and generating the leads organically and consistently. That is really sounds amazing. If you take a paid marketing, when you stop the ads, then everything is shut down. But whereas the organic, as per my experience, I have worked with multiple clients where it starts ranking at once and then they started getting the leads repeatedly. You know, like 2, 3, 4, 5 years as well. There is a business which I have done the SEO. I think 3, 4 years back. Still they are ranking and still they are getting the leads consistently. That's the power of search engine optimization, and I'm really passionate about providing the same service, because more and more businesses need to leverage this, rather than although the cold calling and referrals as part of every business or every real estate agent. But SEO, if you try to be present in the Google, first page of the Google, whether it is a local listings or it is in the uh, website ranking, you are not going to run in behind the clients. Okay, they are going to, it's their need, and when they search and you will be visible. That's the best combination which works ever. Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely, man. And I'm glad that you were, able to focus down on the niche of SEO because, for me personally, I think that's how we got connected as well, was through
Right.
SEO. So we've been working on SEO a lot for, our side of the business. So I have, some understanding of it. Probably not as expert as you do. But for agents
Uh-huh.
out there, right, or for business owners out there that you work with, tons of owners with SEO. So, what are
Right.
some of the things that maybe you're seeing that could be mistakes that businesses that maybe already have websites up that maybe paid like a third party agency or try to do SEO on their own and they think they're doing SEO, but really their business page or their website is not ranking at all? What are some of the biggest mistakes, the most common mistakes that you catch?
Got it. So it starts with the website itself, the website creation itself. Most of the businesses, the mistake they do while they are creating the website, they don't take care of SEO at all. So they just create, they know some random website developer, they give to some freelancer and get their website done somehow or another. And then they started exploring for or looking for the SEO or advertising or marketing, whatever. But the problem is that is a major mistake. When you are creating your website only, if you have your structure ready, if you have a thought process, make it a SEO friendly. That is where I observe the most of the businesses struggle. Okay, every time what happens, they create a website with some freelancer, and then they come to us, then they asked us to do the SEO. That's a major mistake, which I observe repeatedly. And again, we need to start strategizing from the scratch, and then we need to structure it, we need to modify the pages, landing pages, that menu structure, everything. Okay, we need to think, we need to start with the keyword research in place, and structure it accordingly, map the keywords accordingly. So that is the first mistake and biggest mistake which I observe. So make sure any agents out there or any business owners out there, when you are trying to create your website, you have the SEO thing in mind, so that you can get the most out of it. Okay, that's the first thing. And after that, the next part is, many people which are focusing on the targeting the wrong keywords, or they may be focusing more on the informational, or uh, which will keep their process delay. Okay, because what happens, although information is one of the best segment in SEO, but still what I observe, most of the people, they don't even consider targeting the commercial keywords or transactional keywords. Okay, they may be getting a good traffic, their agencies or their freelancers started showing the reports every month, and the kind of a traffic increase and all. But at the end, when when you see the sales or the number of leads which you see, you're not at all satisfied with the what you are seeing on the reports. That's another major mistake which I observed. So here you need to think, how much of the percentage of the commercial or transactional keywords which are ranking. Okay, the out of the traffic coming, how much percentage is from the qualified traffic is coming? Qualified in the sense, are they actually contributing to your bottom line? That is an important thing which many business owners which miss. When they see these fancy reports and then they think, why I'm not getting the leads or the business even though they are getting more traffic. That's an important thing which you need to take care. And another part is the technical aspect. Many people just see the many, they have the hundreds of blogs, as part of their content strategy. They push continuous blogs. But what I missed observing is how many blogs or how much content is actually contributing to your traffic. When I say, if you take any website, any most of the websites, it's the 20% of the pages are actually contributing 80% of the results. Okay, mostly, if you have the 100 pages on your website, only 20 pages out of the 100 are actually contributing your traffic or your leads and everything. So remaining 80, or there are hundreds of pages which are just there, like a bloat. Okay, so that's the important thing which you need to understand. You need to actually target, the quality is more important than quantity. And when you are trying to prepare your strategy, or is your agency or the freelancer whom you are working with, you should have your target picture perfect. It should be very niche. You need to niche down the import. What are the those 20% of the things which I can do so that I can get the 80% of the results, which is I see most of the business owners are missing again. Okay, so with that, again, the same problem. They'll see the lot of traffic, and then the clicks or impressions which are not adding the value to the bottom. And yeah, so these are the top, I can say these are the major things. And there are a lot of things when if specific to the each business, there are n number of issues which I see that regularly.
Yeah, that's exactly it, man. So I think for a lot of business owners, it sounds like what you're saying is they are building a website. So the biggest mistake that they're making is that they're building a website, but they don't have SEO in mind, right? So they're just building a website, and then if they want to do SEO, they have to go back and like essentially restart the website, right? Because they didn't never built in the proper infrastructure for their site to target SEO. And then something else you mentioned, which I thought was very important, was what is it doing for your business, right? Because at the end of the day, it's not about just being this viral website that gets so many clicks and impressions. It's about who is clicking, right? How are you
Right.
taking people who is searching for your product or the information that you're sharing, your dream customers, your clients, right? How do we turn them from clicks and views into actual clients, right? So those are, I would say, would you say the two biggest things that people are missing?
Exactly, exactly. That's the point. Uh, Most of the businesses which I see the repeated mistake. That's why I try to identify that, and especially for the real estate agents, local local SEO. Okay, listing your website or your profile in all the local listings, major local listings, and also Google Business Profile. Okay, they're more focusing on their website, that they just forgot or leave their GMB profile. Okay, which is a very important factor when it comes to agents. I recommend all the agents to make sure get the most out of from your Google Business Profile, because that is where most of your calls will come from, most of your local leads come from. And I can't emphasize the kind of effort you need to put, especially providing the reviews. Many people, they'll just leave, you just need to take one review. Let's say you shown some site visit, or you meet some customer, just try to ask for some review. Okay, it which will add a lot of value, and which will help you to generate more and more leads. Just imagine when somebody is searching for, let's say, best houses near New York, or a house for sale in New York, something. Okay, whatever the keyword is, and if their listing or their profile comes, that's the best thing they can ever get. And it's literally a billboard in a high traffic area.
Yeah.
So how many leads it will generate, that much you are missing if you are not able to leverage the Google business.
Yeah, and it's something easy and simple for agents to start with, right? They don't have to go and try to build their own websites, Google Business
Exactly.
Profile, right? Yeah, it's something that you can go and there's a structure for how you want to build that out. So it makes it a little bit easy. So that's I think it's a great advice for agents to tap into that resource, right? Your Google My Business, because like you said, it's not for agents, it's a local SEO because you can only really work with people that want to buy and sell real estate in your area. So you want to narrow down, and that way,
Yes.
that's how you're able to capture clients
Exactly.
with your SEO presence.
Exactly. True. True. And it's a it's a continuous flow of inbound leads. Just imagine the number of inbound leads which you are going to get, just ranking on the local profile. That's amazing. I have seen, with my clients, or with my agents which I'm working with, amazing results. They just keep on emphasizing, in fact, the kind of reviews they are getting from their listings. So that's amazing response.
Yeah, of course. It's completely different when you have inbound leads coming in, right? So these are
Right.
these are people that want to work with you, right? So they're reaching
Exactly.
out directly to you instead of the other way around, which makes, the
Right.
conversion process a lot easier for the agent, which, saves time, effort, energy, and,
Exactly.
gets you more
that's
leads and more
that's
clients.
the dream for every business owner or every agent, getting the inbound leads.
Yeah, 100%. So, for somebody out there, maybe they're a real estate agent or maybe they just own a business and they want to start with SEO, right? Maybe they've gotten their Google My Business profile up, or maybe they want to start their Google My Business profile, but they just want to start doing some SEO. What are some of the first things that you would recommend that they do? Should they be doing research first? Should they be, maybe narrowing down who is searching for their product first, or should they be, kind of building out their flow as far as lead from traffic to conversion? What are some things that you would say somebody needs to master, at least conceptually first, before they can start digging into SEO?
Right. So typically it starts with the what are the issues. Making your base is strong. Okay, I always recommend to have the technically should be strong. In terms of, when I say you should be, it's your website. Okay, so when you're trying to optimize, before optimizing, the first thing is make sure technically you just perform a basic audit to your website. There will be many issues which you see sometimes when you go through the website, they are not visible at all. But when you are actually looking, there will be a lot of issues which are blocking the, sometimes Google is not able to crawl the pages, or it's not indexing the pages. So we all those issues will come when you do the audit. Okay, that's the first step which I suggest. So once your base is strong, okay, it's like a base, we can say, when you are building a house, the base is, we know how much important the base is. So after that, then it starts with the audience. Who are the audience which we are going to target, and what are the how they are searching, okay, in the Google. So that's where our keyword research process actually comes. uh, when it comes to, nowadays we have been seeing the chat GPT or all the LLMs which we talk about later. But the keywords, I can't emphasize the amount of effort which, because what happens again, the same problem. After you doing, let's say, there are some clients which come to me, some business owners, after they have done for SEO for 5 months, 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, then they will say that they are not getting any results, or they are not able to see the result. So all the things which comes, if I see the base, that is the keyword research. Okay, if you take the wrong keywords and try to optimize them, you never going to get the result which you want, right? So that is the reason, choosing the right keywords are very very important, and we can't emphasize, and providing that context to the website, or to the Google, that's very much important. And after the keywords, there is a mapping which we will map which keywords needs to go to the which page, and then uh, it the actual thing comes into the on page or content strategy, where we are going to optimize whatever the keyword key phrases which we choose. We are going to optimize them with the on within the on page. While going with the on page, parallelly there are two things which we are going to parallelly go throughout this process, which is your content strategy and then the off page SEO, where you are going to list down in all the important domains which Google refers. Okay, we need to be structurally, or we should be contextually, or we need to provide that authority. Okay, Google needs to understand we have some authority in this space. Just to give you some example, uh, when you take your YouTube channel, there are almost 1500 plus videos. Man, imagine the kind of authority which you have in this space. So that is what which is important, to consistently tell the Google in the form of content, in the form of backlinks, that this is the site which Google refers when something related to, let's say, housing or real estate or something. Okay, so that's the important aspect. These two things go parallelly. And final thing, which is a conversion rate optimization, this many people will miss. Okay, will not actually take care. They are going to get the clicks. Let's say they have done the SEO, they are getting the impressions, clicks, traffic, everything. But the leads, when we see the leads, it's still the percentage is too low, or it is or nil, I can say. So this is where the conversion rate optimization comes into the picture, where you need to make sure that you optimize for the conversions. Okay, your website, whatever the website which you are maintaining, or whatever the Google profile or anything which you do, you should optimize it. Whether you do some small post in social media, doesn't matter. Whatever you do in the SEO or in digital marketing, optimizing for the conversions is too much important. Okay, are you providing any call to action? Are you, how you are making user uh, follow through the journey, right from the when they're searching for the keyword to the point where they fill the form, or give us the lead. So how you are making this entire experience smoother. So that is the important part which I can't emphasize. So optimizing for conversions, providing the call to actions, making sure you're having the multiple touch points, whether it is email, contacting through form, contacting through, let's say, WhatsApp. It can be anything. There are multiple, so that we never know the other person, which is the important for the other person. Okay, some people prefer, let's say, if you take me, I prefer more over the email. Some people they prefer more on the, let's say, WhatsApp. It can be anything. So that's the reason you should never miss anything, so that your funnel will be optimized for a best possible way.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's some great insight into what people should be doing with SEO, right? So it's not just about, what you're doing as far as on your website. It's also some of the things that are missing, right? Like you said, the technical aspect of it. And then from there, you need to pick the right keywords. You need to make sure that your website is showing up for, the right clients. And then lastly, like we talked about earlier, the conversion process, right? I can't emphasize that enough either. It's not just about people coming on your website, it's how do we turn them into leads, and then the follow-up process afterwards as well, right? Because the goal is not just to get somebody to view your site. The goal is to
Exactly.
make sure that they actually work with you, right? And we've seen
Right.
that in some examples that we probably shared across different videos as well. But that's really great insights, VJ. So now let's kind of pivot a little bit. So with AI, right? So with AI, being in the space now, very popular now these couple of years. How are you seeing AI affecting SEO? What are you guys doing with AI when it comes to optimizing websites for SEO? And utilizing that as a tool to essentially increase or improve your marketing conversions.
Yeah, it's a lot of difference. I can't even see. Earlier, I used to have a team of 20 people at the max. Our agency has 20 people at one point, where the team of content team, there is a technical team, there is a design team, like this. Now from 20 we reduce it to 5 people.
Oh,
Imagine, it within just few couple of years, uh, the kind of improvement it had, from the content creation space, or even the optimization. Okay, earlier, optimization had it's completely manual task, lot of whether you need to give the internal linking, or these terms are looks slightly technical, but most of these technical process is now happening with the help of AI. Especially, I can say I am a big fan of a Claude. uh, Claude has made things super easy. I can't even emphasize the kind of efficiency it is providing. Uh, right from the nowadays, earlier I used to depend on the people mostly, to work on particular thing, or to optimize something technically. But now the Claude is helping in super efficiently. Okay, right from the preparing the content strategy to the in fact publishing the blogs on the WordPress. Okay, with the help of Na10, Claude and Na10 is a super combination. Okay, right from the content creation strategy, in fact the optimization, and in fact we can add a layer. Okay, see, all these LLMs are like a base. We can add layers on top of it and build the tools. Okay, we can create the audit tools. We can make the in fact lead generation. Take the example of lead generation. So whether you can say cold outreach, I can say, okay, cold outreach, when earlier when we used to uh, reach out to the backlink, to for the publishing some article, it's a lot of manual process. Okay, we need to identify the mail. Now everything is happening with the help of AI and the tools. Okay, it's like a 24/7 machine which is running for you to get the most out of it. So that's the thing. And when I say especially for the SEO, yes, these are the major things. And in fact, especially while if you take a LLM optimization or AI optimization, which is inside the content. Okay, how you are structuring your content. Okay, let's say you are an agent optimizing for a particular area. So when you are creating the content, make sure your topical authority is more important. Okay, make sure you are dominating that particular topic, like expertise, authoritative, trustworthiness, which we know from the basics onward. But here, how it is changing is how you are structuring it. Okay, are you providing like are you structuring it like a FAQs, FAQ Q&A format, or but the answer should be straight. If you take Google AI, Gemini AI, or Claude, or ChatGPT, so they are picking the results from the one is the citations which are important, and another thing is how you are structuring your content. Okay, so earlier, most of the agencies or the people, they used to do the long lengthy content with lots of paragraphs, and inserting the keywords multiple times, keyword density. So many of these things, they gone out. Okay, now it's context is more important now than any other, keyword insertions, keyword density, all the what is the requirement of the your customer or your user, and are you trying to fulfill those that requirements with your content or not. That's the single most important aspect which you need to take care while optimizing for AI. Okay, because it's a straightforward. Okay, it's most of the times now traffic is not the main objective, because many of the times Google or all these LLMs are giving direct answers, right? So are you there in those answers or not? That is your. And you can do the reverse engineering also. Many times you just see the lot of competitors appear when you are searching for something. Just see what is that they are doing. Okay, what kind of optimization they have done, how they have structured their content. So this reverse engineering is one of the important aspect which many of the people, or the business owners, they miss. Okay, what is actually working, you no need to reinvent and do the things again and again, because there are a lot of people which are already doing. All you just need to do is observe which what is already working, and make sure you leverage it. Okay, I'm not saying you just copy, but you need to understand the pattern or understand the intent behind it, structure behind it, and just trying to execute in your own way. And that's the best strategy which I ever implement. And I think that's where I get most of my results or my success, I can say.
Yeah, because you're already seeing what's working, right? Maybe it could even just be in a different industry. Maybe it's the same industry, but it's in a different
Right,
market, right? Different
right,
market area. A lot of that happens in real estate. Maybe you're based in California, but you're looking at, another agent who's doing well in New York, right? And then you can just take that and then apply it in your market,
exactly.
right? With your, SEO or AEO strategy. So, I'm glad you were able to bring that up too as well, because that's one of the things I wanted to ask, which is, what's going on now with AI optimization, because there's search engine optimization that's the traditional way, but I think recently, the past couple of years, and really this year, we've seen a shift, right? Where, maybe SEO is not as important anymore, even as AI optimization, especially moving forward as well. I mean, what is your take on that?
See, this particular myth, I don't know what people say, but ever since I have started. It's from the almost it's been 8 years nearly. Every year I see the videos or the thumbnails is SEO is dead or SEO is dying. So it's I can say, it's never ending. Okay, and when you see the actual data every year, that the SEO market is increasing. Okay, I think it starts from $5 billion, 15 billion, 20 billion. I think now it's 80 or $100 billion. So it's keep on increasing the kind of share it is getting. Okay, from the search share, although the format is changing. Okay, earlier the Google listings and all, but now LLMs are showing. The format are changing, structure is changing, but the space is increasing. It's on a growing trend. So no need to think about what is happening for the future of SEO. But coming to the especially the AI optimization or LLM optimization, these days I am especially exploring the Claude, combination of Claude and automation. Okay, there are many spheres which is take a data for SEO. Earlier, the tools like Ahrefs, SEMrush, they used to charge almost our blood. You know, $150, $200. Every month. It's literally too high for a normal agent who want to grow within the limited resources. But now tools like Data for SEO or the Claude, they literally made things so seamless. You can build the tools on top of it and optimize different aspects of SEO, whether it is on page. Are you trying to get the content optimization? Are you trying to create a plan and create a strategy, or maybe reporting? Everything you can build on top of these LLMs. And the kind of scale which you are going to create. Okay, same equal number of hours, but the scale is increased so much that the, if you are able to leverage it, you'll be in a next level. But many people, they are still thinking, or they don't know, they are clueless about what to do with these tools, or then it will be difficult. Okay, because going forward, people who are building on top of these LLMs and all, you may not build another LLM. Okay, you may not have that technical depth or resources and all, but can you use these LLMs and try to optimize or build on top of it, so that you can get most out of it, okay, from your digital activities. Even not only about SEO, I can say, if you take a social media automation is happening, where you don't need to be present there. Your videos are continuously nowadays. I'm seeing many, you may have seen observed the YouTube, if you say, many of the channels started creating AI content. almost I can say almost when I see 10 different videos, 6 out of 10 or 7 out of 10 I am getting the AI videos. Okay, you can understand how much leverage is happening. I think that is important to blend, and try to see understand this space. If you have the basics are there, I think it's very easy to understand. So always just think about no need to, you know it's not a separate domain altogether. You just see whether are you a agent, are you a business owner, whatever your profession is, just see how you can add on top of it. Okay, in your space, let's say I am an SEO expert or a digital marketing expert. So I'm just looking how I can enhance my SEO skills or digital marketing skills with the help of these tools. Similarly, whether you may be agent, so just see how you can, outreach, or how you can get the research, your market research done, with the help of these tools out there.
Yeah, it's something that you need to start if you haven't yet practicing, right? It's a skill like you have, right?
Exactly.
It's a skill that you need to
Yeah.
practice and you get better at as you do more of it.
See, many times, but once you slowly start, small things. I have seen I come across something like, let's say if you take a ocean, okay, there is a ship. Even if you change 1 degree direction of the ship, it will go to somewhere else. The direction it will go to somewhere. So you no need to learn a lot of things or do something big to move forward. All you need to understand is learn some small thing and just try to implement one thing at a time. And when you are doing that, then you don't know how much progress you will have down the 6 months from the now.
Yeah, absolutely. It compounds, right? So small steps, right? If you do them
Exactly.
consistently for a long period of time, they'll compound over. So that's some great advice, VJ. And
Compounding, by the way, is compounding. In fact, again, I come to the SEO. One of the main important reason I like the SEO is that compounding aspect. When we do month on month activities, doing the SEO, it compounds over a period, and the growth will be like next level.
yeah, 100%. We've seen that with our site as well. We're still getting people contacting us from, you know, efforts that we started 4 or 5 years ago. So yeah,
Exactly.
absolutely.
True. 4 or 5 years, even many of the clients, even my clients as well, they may have done 3 4 years back, and then suddenly they started contacting me right now. Or
Yeah.
I don't know what happens suddenly. Then they tell this thing that this word well earlier, and then I want to restart. This time I don't want to stop. So this is what I generally hear.
Yeah, people just need to be a little bit more patient, right, with some of these strategies. These are long-term,
Yeah.
long-term brand building strategies that you can use over time. So, Vijay, I just want to say thank you for taking some time today, sharing your knowledge and your value with us. For anybody who's watching and listening to this that want to work with you, that want to learn more about what you're doing, that want to also follow your content, which you're putting out some great content online as well. What are some of the best places for people to follow you and find you?
Yeah. So the first thing is I'm very much active on LinkedIn. So this is my LinkedIn profile, which anyone can follow. I'm happy to connect, and I'm happy to help on whatever the things which you come across inside digital marketing and automation. And I recently started my Instagram and YouTube. Although it's basic, this is my profile. I'll share the links over to you so that yeah. So these are the different videos which I am posting, although I need to do more consistently, but I'm going to share more and more tricks or techniques how to grow your business, and some of the automations as well. Okay, same thing you can follow with my name on Instagram, where you're going to get okay. Thank you so much, Prob. I think I'm very happy to interact with similar mindset. I got to interact with you got to learn a lot of things. I've been following with you on your videos, or the kind of content, especially the kind of people you are inviting, and the kind of content which effort you're putting on creating all of this. It's not easy, but you are doing that too consistently. That's what I like most about you, and that too at this age. That's awesome, man.
Awesome. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate the kind words, VJ. And we'll make sure to leave the links to your LinkedIn, your Instagram, as well as your YouTube channel, which is, seemingly doing amazing, even though you just launched it, in the description, the show notes down below. And before we wrap up today, just wanted to ask one last question, and that is, do you have any last pieces of advice, any last takeaways you just want to leave with us here today?
Yes. So not much, basically, as I think I already told you in inside the video. Just make sure that have a small progress on a daily basis. Okay, it can be a small thing, but whatever the progress, that will take you to the next level. Okay, on the compounding. Again, I believe in the principle of compounding. That's why I love Warren Buffett. I love SEO. I love entire digital marketing. So just one thing at a time, try to keep up, and you will be down the line 6 months, you'll be in a next level. That's all I
A-
can say.
Absolutely, man. Thank you so much, VJ. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you in the next
Thank
show.
you. Yeah, yeah, we'll meet again. Yeah.